the new hardware console, and how the integrated second screen on the new controller manufactures new experiences. In other words, less time to consider what Wii U means to both gamers and non-gamers and how it can change your life. And understanding this is vital. Here's why. At its core, Wii U does three different things. It changes your gaming. It changes how you interact with your gaming friends. And it changes the way you enjoy your TV. It's not just intuitive, not just accessible to everyone, but it stands to revolutionize your living room.
Ahoy hoy everyone, my name is Brandon. I am the host of TYT Gaming, the Brandon Show, my personal channel, and if you've been watching my videos, you've known for a little while I think the Wii U is having a lot of problems with its messaging. TYT Gaming has been way ahead of the curve in questioning the missteps of Nintendo lately, and it seems like the mainstream media has finally picked up on this. If you want to see the problem, let's look at an article from CNN, and this was released during E3. You want to know what's really remarkable about this? CNN reported, and you can read it right there, that the Wii U is an accessory to the Wii, not a brand new console. Of course, you can always blame CNN if you wish, but I think this is a larger problem. I think it's Nintendo's messaging. The president and CEO of Nintendo did an interview with The Telegraph, and the link is in the description below, regarding the Wii U. In the interview, he acknowledged that a lot of people were skeptical of the presentation at E3, but said people who played the console enjoyed it. But that's just typical PR, we know better than that. When asked if any game was going to be bundled together to demonstrate and showcase the Wii U, similar to how the Wii was showcased with Wii Sports and bundled together, he said Nintendo wasn't sure yet. Come on, Nintendo, you're only a few months away from launch, you gotta be ready for this. There's a reason why some of us are skeptical of this console, and it's because we haven't seen the games to sell us on the Gamepad yet. We can even look at Reggie, the president of Nintendo of America, in his own words by the way, talk about Wii U games.
Clearly, we wanted to make sure that people understood Nintendo Land. Nintendo Land is the Wii Sports for the Wii U hardware. And so understanding it, playing it, we revealed that we've got 5 attractions on stage in our booth. There's 7 more to announce. So that game is big, it's rich, it's going to be available right on launch day. So we're very excited about that title. Clearly, that's going to set up the proposition of asymmetric gameplay. It's going to set up the proposition of the Miiverse. It was important for us to really show what we're doing in the dance and fitness categories with Sing. That's also a working title, but also with Wii Fit U. And it was important for us to show some more core titles. In the video, we showed Mass Effect, which I did see John Riccatello very happy when we showed that right in the front row. But also it's important for us to show games like Zombie U. So wide range of titles, very impactful titles, so we feel good. But in the end, what we know, Jeff, is people have to play it. People need to see it, get their hands on the controller, and we're convinced that once they have their hands on the controller and see this integrated second screen experience, it's going to be a wow.
Yeah, there's, I think, some concern amongst fans that, Batman is the same game that was released last year.
It's not the same
Well,
game.
the same content, at least. A different way to experience it.
It's not the same content.
There's different content in there?
There's additional content. The team from WB showed there's different content. There's a different way to play the game. Yes, it's still set up in Arkham City. It still has some of the same characters, but there are additional functionalities in the suits. There's additional functionalities with the way the Wii U.
You think enough for fans to replay these games like a Mass Effect or a Batman?
Absolutely.
Okay, and that's a lot of money to spend $60 to replay a game.
Well, you know what? From our perspective, what we want to show is that for the games that third party are bringing, that absolutely it brings a new level of the experience leveraging the Gamepad. And, in the end, the players need to see for themselves. But I got to tell you, I play a lot of games. I will be buying Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. It has enough to keep me interested.
If you could follow that interview, it was terrible. Batman Arkham City is the same game that I bought last year. I'm looking at it right now. Just because you have different suits and you can use the Gamepad for little gimmicks doesn't mean it's a completely different game. And it won't convince anyone who bought the game last year to buy a brand new console just for that little Wii U spin. It goes to the heart of the problem, and that's what I've been saying about the Wii U. They need to convince us to upgrade, and they haven't done it. In a separate interview, GameSpot interviewed the marketing executive for Nintendo, and he echoed the same issue that people need to play the Wii U to understand it. He contrasted with the Wii and said it's different because with the Wii, all you have to do is watch someone play tennis with the Wii Remote, and you got it, you understood the console. But with the Wii U, on the other hand, you have to look at the gamepad and understand how dual screen works, and this whole asymmetrical buzzword that they keep using. Again, this is bad messaging for launch. 99.99% of the population and the readers of these articles have never played a Wii U. I shouldn't have to find a way to test out the console before I have to buy it. You have to convince me to get it. How many people are even going to play a kiosk of the Wii U? Have your software drive your hardware, and that's what the president of Nintendo said. Am I the only one who thinks Nintendo's giving multiple messages here? I could take the easy route here and just bash Nintendo and say they're terrible, the Wii U launch is going to fail. No, I like being different. I like giving Nintendo solutions. They need a simple pitch. Everyone is lost in the messaging of this console, from CNN to even people who work for Nintendo. In the same interview, Nintendo's marketing executive is uncertain if the Wii U can do 720p or 1080p. Part of this is because GameSpot screwed up a simple copy-paste, but you can see the answer to a 720 versus 1080p question is 1080p, I think. As you can see, this isn't helping their cause at all. If you think I'm panicking, you have to remember, Nintendo posted its first loss financially ever. This is from lackluster Wii sales, bad 3DS launch, and mediocre software sales, which all contributed to a very poor year for Nintendo. In fact, the CEO of Nintendo had to take a 50% pay cut alone because it was such a bad year for the company overall. And the link is in the description, of course, if you want to read it for yourself. Before we wrap up the video, I have a question for everyone, and let's try and think positive here. Nintendo's CEO said that they learned from their lackluster 3DS launch, and they've learned that games sell hardware. Do you think they've really learned this? Are there any must-have games that are coming out at launch that will convince you to get a Wii U at day one? Tell me in the comments below, and tell me, what games do you think would be perfect for the Wii U gamepad? As always everyone, you're watching TYT Gaming, or TBS hosted by Brandon.